Hey, what is up YouTube? Alright, time to go over just a little bit of an update on where I'm at the moment. So since the last time I updated, I was probably I was 94 kilos then at the end of, or the start of February, and now we're into April now, and I'm at a lean 89 kilos after a bit of a time off. So training has still been going pretty well, but have backed off things a little bit. Still training hard and still working on things, but haven't been super intense in the gym, and just trying to maximize recovery as much as I can at the moment, because my recovery system is not optimal at the moment. So still struggling with a few imbalances. You can see there that my left shoulder is still a little bit high, so that's why I've been staying away from the big heavy compounds day in, day out. So I haven't been squatting too heavy and deadlifting too heavy, just trying to let my body recover and keep working on the imbalances. But overall, the physique is still looking pretty good, and in a good position to be this weight and ready to go again for another bulk and try and slap on a few more kilos. So looking to get up, I think so last time I was about 94, 95 kilos. So this time, if I can get to 96, 97 kilos, that would be good. And might be a little bit watery and sloppy, but hopefully still pretty lean all up. So notice my legs are starting to come up a little bit more, and a few other areas creeping up. It's a little bit hard to tell, being a little bit flat like this, a bit leaner. Won't be able to see what we will really be looking like for contest judging off this. But the reason the legs have improved a lot of my training has improved a lot, because I've been focusing a lot on core training this year. So a lot of ab training. So every morning, as soon as I wake up, and then before every training session, I'm trying to add some core training to my program, because it's something I've neglected over the years. It was always something like I would do it if I had time, and I never had time. But now I'm making the time, so making sure that it's going to become a strength for me, because my core and posterior chain is weak and needs to improve if I want to get that world-class physique that I'm after. So that world-class physique would be a lot more muscle. So I need to get very strong and good at all the core exercises, like your pressing and your squats and your deadlifts, to really put on that muscle. So like to work the lower abs, a lot of different variations. So lower abs is probably my weakest point, but also try and include some upper abs, and just any ab exercise that I do. It doesn't really matter. You don't want to get too fancy with your ab training, but just to make sure that like any exercise, you want the muscle to do the work. So always under control, slow and strict, and be honest, and make sure that the muscle is doing the work. Alright, so this next variation of ab training using the pad is to try and train the abs from a lengthened position. So trying to extend through the thoracic. So I try and keep my pelvis as still as possible, so I'm not extending through the lumbar spine. So as much as I can get that thoracic back. I'm probably moving my neck a little bit too much in this video, but I really find I'm very weak from this position. So this is going to help me a lot with my training, getting stronger from this position. So here I'd like to be a little bit more stable with my neck for next time, but it's a good little exercise that I've thrown in there. and working on each week. So then the next thing up is trying to work the obliques, or trying to work the abs from the side, and I find this the most effective way, doing it on the hyperextension machine. It's not easy. It's an area again where I'm weak, but to get your body to fall the way you want is not as easy as it looks, and but just trying to focus on contracting the other side, so hopefully pulling me down where my spine is still straight, and getting a big stretch in my obliques, and then trying to use the muscle to pull me back up to the top. So it's a bit of a nasty one. It definitely hurts, and something, if you're not used to it, is going to be sore the next day. So another good variation to try, and make sure you're keeping it under control and throughout the whole range of movement, and not just bouncing up and down. So then the next thing that I like to throw in there now is the old Superman. So working both the glutes and the lower back and upper back with this, and trying to increase my thoracic mobility. So a bit more flexibility through the upper back and upper spine, which is going to help a lot with my back training and chest and shoulder training, even arm training. And as you can see here, I'm just trying to move my scapula and just find out where exactly I'm weak, and try and challenge different ranges and different loads here. So as you can see, I'm getting pretty shaky, and that's kind of what you want. You want to get to that stage where you're shaking around. And then the next thing is just bridges. So as you can see here, this so my left hip was giving me problems at this stage, so I was pretty unstable through here. So something that I'm working on as well, just trying to get everything locked down as much as I can to help improve my training, which I find this off season has already helped a lot. So this is just another variation, trying to get a little bit stronger through the core. Up hyper extensions on the glute and ham raise. So ideally I'd like to get all the way up into a proper glute and ham raise, but just don't have the strength through the hammies at the moment. So another area that I'm working on, I'm mainly working on the lower back here, lower back and glutes, and trying to pull my chest through and work the thoracic as well. So similar sort of thing as I was just doing before, but just another way to try and strengthen up that posterior chain. So once I've done that, then I flip around and try this exercise, which is going to be working the lower back and glutes as well, and just a little bit different. So right down on the tailbone, this is where I feel it the most, and I'm again very weak here, as I've never really done these exercises before. So or just another good one to help get everything strong in that posterior chain. And then this is my latest deadlift. So this is 140 kilos. It's not a big weight for me. I was having a little bit of trouble with my left knee at this stage, so I wasn't pushing the big weights. But as you can see here, my upper back is a lot straighter than it used to be. So that's what I'm working on, trying to pull that chest right through and take a little bit of strain off that upper back and get it nice and strong. So that's where I'm at so far this off season, and hopefully catch you guys again soon with some more progress updates.